Welcome to this new video. Today we had the Xbox Direct 2026. 4 games were shown by Xbox Studios, and I have to say that all of these games look amazing. Like the star of the show was at the end Fable, but I think that it's not fair to say that it's the only thing that we should speak about today. Like I'm gonna try to go kind of fast to do a short summary of everything, also because like actually Fable showed so much that we have to speak about, but also like we could see important things about all the other games that were spoken about today. So, the first game that Xbox showed was Forza Horizon 6. The first of the 2 games of Playground Games, because I want to remember that Playground Games is gonna be also the developer of Fable. Of course, another team, but it's still the same studio, and that's impressive because like both games look huge, really big, and keeping part of their DNA in both productions. In particular, like the big attention to the open world maps that both the games feature. Forza Horizon 6 is gonna feature like one of the most requested maps, regions by the fans, so Japan. And developers showed also their personal hype for this possibility, because they wanted to develop a game in Japan as well. And they did it also with the support of local developers to utterly recreate what makes this region, what makes Japan such a unique and full of magic location. So the game looks like keeping all the good things that the fans of the Forza Horizon series love, so open world exploration, good driving feeling, big attention to the culture of the region connected to cars, like we know that Japan has a long history of car events and car brands connected to it. So it's gonna be a special game, I think, not only for Forza Horizon players, not only for the developers, but also for Japan itself, that is gonna be able to see all of these actually taking life and getting life in the game. There are some interesting things that are going to be introduced in this game as a new gameplay mechanics. One of these is the estate. It's a region that you can customize, build around with many things you're gonna choose. And you can not only invite your friends at visiting yours, but of course visiting the creations of your friends. Like this is an unexpected and a new take on the series. Like you can expect also the biggest Forza Horizon game. Like they say that it's gonna be 5 times bigger than the biggest Forza Horizon game developed till now, and also the largest city that you can visit in a Forza Horizon game ever. The game is going to be released on May 19, so a few months, and like you're gonna be able to visit Japan on your favorite cars. After the reveal of Forza Horizon 6, Xbox showed a really detailed gameplay and insight on Beast or Reincarnation. So we kept staying in Japan, but with a new kind of game. Like the game is gonna be an action RPG. Like Game Freak was super happy of this project, because like they said that they could work on it while keeping their DNA. For who doesn't know, and I'm really surprised nowadays if you don't know, like Game Freak is the developer of many of the Pokemon games, all the main Pokemon games, RPGs that were released on Nintendo consoles. And you're gonna say, wow, what does this game in common with Pokemon? And actually, it's a lot, not only like the design of the creatures, like, but also like the relationship between the protagonist and the nature, humans and nature. Like we have a dog wolf companion, and a world that is affected by a sort of blight connected to plants. Like it's gonna be an interesting game, a post-apocalyptic game. Set in Japan in the year 4046, 4026, so technically 2k years from now. Action RPG, like you can expect parries, dodging, some interesting powers that also work for some kind of platforming section by starting with by the hair of the protagonist that actually are connected to this sort of blight that is spreading around all the world. It looks like an interesting game, like the dynamic between the protagonists, the interesting setting, the interesting original setting, the protagonist with their powers, abilities, and really fluid combat system. Like, I'm really curious about this game personally. Like, I cannot wait to try it. All the games revealed today also are going to be day one on Xbox Game Pass. Like, you can see right now how the protagonist is able to travel around the world by using her powers, how these work connected with her hair. Like, it has many interesting original ideas that are going to work in more familiar action RPG kind of game. Like, it feels like an original take on the kind of stories that Game Freak actually loves to tell. Like, we can see here the animal creatures like affected by the blight, how this is gonna be interesting for really big size bosses. Like, I cannot wait to see more of this game. We are gonna know something more before the release date that is going to be in summer 2026, so relatively close to the announcement and the reveal, deeper reveal. This was the surprise of the show. Like, Kiln is the new game developed by Double Fine Productions. Tim Schafer himself took part to the reveal of this game. Like, he looked really happy and proud of this announcement. And actually, like, I love Double Fine Productions. Like, I think that they are some of the most creative and bold developers around. And it's super cool how Xbox is allowing to Tim and his team to actually go completely, how would you say, like, without any the reveal was super fun, without any fear of giving freedom to their full creativity. Like, this is a super cool game, an original take on multiplayer games. Like, we have a lot of multiplayer games right now. Also, a bit surprising because, like, usually Double Fine goes for single-player narrative games that have original takes, original mechanics, unique worlds. But this time they chose to go for a multiplayer game. But it's a multiplayer game keeping all the DNA of the studio. Like, basically the concept is a sort of a multiplayer brawler where two teams face each other, but with a twist. Basically, you are going to create your recipient with clay, and then you can customize it. Like, and the way how you create this, like, it's gonna be recognized by the game by being a base or like a pot. The game itself is gonna recognize like what you are going to build, and like this is also going to have effects on the gameplay, like in the mobility, on the capacity, because like many modes, like you are going to have to carry some water that you have to take to the main goal. So if, for example, you go for a really big recipient, like you are gonna be able to carry more water, but at the same time, like you are gonna be a bigger target, and this is gonna affect your mobility. While if, for example, you choose to go for a smaller cap, like you can be a sort of ninja cap with high mobility, high possibility of going around the map, attacking the enemies by breaking their own recipients, and at the cost, of course, of carrying less water for the main goal. So your choice is going to be not only aesthetic, but also is gonna have an effect on the gameplay. This is gonna sound. This is sounding like actually really original, really cool. Like it's a game that I want to try, and I really hope that it succeeds, because I think that the multiplayer game scenario like needs more new ideas. And like this sounds like one of the coolest ideas that the multiplayer game scene actually has seen in a long time. So I hope that this game is gonna succeed. It's gonna also be available on Xbox Game Pass. That is gonna help for sure the game at its launch. And it's gonna be multi-platform as well. So, although one of the coolest things of today was actually that all the games that were announced actually are going to be released on PS5 as well. So, you can expect the same for this game. This game is going to be released in autumn 2026, so later this year. And the ideas are amazing. Like you can also choose to focus only on creating your own recipients, like a pot, a cup, a vessel, like a base. Like it all depends by what you want to do. Like you can customize it how you prefer, like stickers, some details that you can put in the in your recipient. Like I really like it. It's so creative. But what impressed me is also how this changes the gameplay. So in a strategic way. So when because of, like by being a multiplayer game, like this is gonna have an effect on that side as well. You can see like there is a bar on the right that shows you how much capacity this recipient is gonna have. So like every detail of your creation like is gonna be cool to see, but also it's gonna have a direct effect on your games. Like I hope that this is gonna succeed, because it clearly deserves it for how creative it is. Like I love the Double Fine so much. Like I played the Keeper recently and it was such a good experience, and like this game really got my heart for how much passion there is in the developers, like the creativity. I repeat, like this is the keyword, creativity, like is incredible. Like I cannot wait to try it myself. Then we can reach like the main. I repeat, like I don't know if it's correct saying main, but like for sure, like it's the game where that is getting the most conversations around in the gaming community right now, because it's a game that was awaited for so long. Like Playground Games worked on it for so long that there was a lot of hype for it. It's a series that is really beloved by especially Xbox fans, and it's the return of Fable. Of Fable. And they showed a lot of this game that actually makes it sound huge. Like we saw all good games, repeat, like I don't want to make it sound like any other game was smaller, but like Fable, from what they shown, like looks like seriously one of the most ambitious and biggest games of the last years. And like in a year like 2026, where we all know what we are waiting for, like many are waiting for the new Grand Theft Auto 6, like Fable doesn't look like as anything to be afraid of its release, because like it looks seriously like one of the biggest games ever. So they showed how you start this game by being really young, like moving your first steps in your village, till one day like something sad happens, like every villager gets turned into stone, including your grandmother. And from there, like, you start your adventure going around Albion and visiting the many regions. Like, they showed a really big variety of these. Like, all of these feel really magic, and like, honestly, places you want to get lost into. And not only that, this is gonna be full open world, so the transition between an area to another one is gonna be smoothless, and like, it's gonna be a really immense map with many different environments you can visit. So they shared many details about this game. Like, first of all, like, many were wondering about it, and yes, like, you can create your character, you can customize your hero as much as you want, you can customize their outfits, even in some funny ways. But yes, like, your hero is gonna be fully customizable, like, it's gonna be who you want to be, and not only in a aesthetic way, but also around about everything else. Like, we are gonna reach it step by step, because repeat, like, it's really big. Like, for example, well, the basic thing, like, you can choose your own combat system. It can be more focused on spells, it can be more focused on short range attacks, longer range attacks. Like, you're gonna be able to fight your enemies in the way you prefer. Then there is, the moral choices system. Like, they spoke of how you're gonna have to take many choices. Some choices are gonna be small, other choices are gonna be big, and have an impact on the story, but also have an impact on the landscape as well. Like, they spoke of a really simple one at the beginning of the game, where you are called to choose between killing or not a giant. Like, if you kill the giant, like, you're gonna see the body of him standing there for the whole duration of the game, and like, also being a problem for navigation if you have to explore something close to it. And otherwise, like, it's gonna have an effect on the environments around. Like, for when the giant is gonna pass around, your choices are gonna have an effect on the perception of everyone in the environment. But they were in the world, but they were really careful about saying that actually this is not gonna be just white and black kind of choice system, like not just good or bad, but like a different kind of action, like, are gonna have a different kind of reaction from the world. Like, even buying too many houses, because like, basically you can buy as many houses as you want, and making people look like you are, look at how rich you are, like, are gonna trigger some reactions by people, and even hostile ones by people who feel like your economical power is a threat to them, or maybe they are just jealous. Like, all of this stuff, like, that looks minor, are going to have reaction on people. Even kicking a chicken, I would never do that, poor chicken, but like, you can do it, and like, even that is gonna have an effect on the perception that people are gonna have on you. Also, like your character can have multiple jobs, and you can have a relationship with I don't know, it looked from the what they shown, apparently every villager, even multiple villager, like you can divorce as well, and also you can have kids, so you're gonna live basically a full life, of course if this is your desire, like having kids, but like in the case you want or don't want, like you're gonna be able to live a full life in this world, like with even this kind of family choices. You can not only romance the villagers, but also you can interact with basically every villager you're gonna find with the unique interactions. Every villager are gonna have their daily routine with their own goals and having different roles inside the village, inside the world. So actually there is a really good attention to detail to all of this stuff. We said that reputation is not a linear system. We spoke about even just being rich is gonna have an effect on people. Of course, like you can expect more some moral choices as well, and but these are not going to be perceived. Okay, if the person is good, like we are gonna be all loving them. If the person is bad, like we are gonna all hate them. Like you're gonna still have some people who are gonna react in a certain way and people who are gonna react in another way. And even by not directly interacting with them, like you can hear people like speaking of you in a certain way or another based on how you behave in the world. And some, I repeat, from the moral choices to other apparent minor things that you're gonna do, like they are gonna react to that. Yeah, like combat system is really interesting, like with both spells and stuff. Like we saw, like how you can even turn your enemies into chickens, like fighting them while they are chickens. Then when they come back to human form or their usual form, like they are gonna still behave a bit like chicken because affected by your magic. And also the Bowerstone is gonna be our really giant city to visit with many points of interest, and you know, like honestly, this immediately became one of the most awaited games of the year. Like its release is expected for autumn 26 still. Autumn 2026 actually is gonna be full of so many games. And I repeat, like this is a really big game. Like even if I think that every game showed today like deserves all the respect and interest, because like we have seen a lot of really cool and interesting games from Forza Horizon to Kiln. Like this is this looks like a really big game, like something that can actually make it to the GOTY 2026, even if like many think that 2026 is gonna be the year of Grand Theft Auto 6. I think that Fable, if all of this is gonna be as big as it looks, like this was only the first reveal, they are gonna show more. Like if all of this is gonna be even bigger than what we saw today, like it seriously can be not only one of the GOTY's candidates for this year, but also one of the biggest games that we have ever seen. And like it's gonna be huge. Like I'm really hyped. I want to see more. Like I think I got totally impressed by this game, seriously. So tell me what you think about this, your reaction to all the announcement of today. What's your most awaited game? And if it's Fable, if you have another of the games that you're waiting for from this list. But honestly, an amazing show that looks really promising for this 2026 by Xbox. Also, remember, all the games are going to be released on PlayStation 5 as well. That's impressive. Thank you for watching.